Hello, my political theory class. I'm on the TV, and you're about to get schooled. Okay, so the purpose of this video is to educate people on two well-known political thinkers, Thomas Hobbes and John Locke. Now, when it comes to these two people, a lot of people seem to get confused.
Who the heck is Thomas Hobbes and why should I care?
I don't really know why, but just in case you are confused, I'm going to clear things out for you. Both of these guys lived in a place called Europe, back when kings used to rule the world. I don't know what this Europe place is, but it really doesn't sound like much fun. But anyway, Hobbes' view on human nature. Now, I'm pretty sure that Thomas Hobbes' view on human nature can best be described in the words of Heath Ledger.
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
God, I love that movie. As Thomas Hobbes said in his Leviathan, he thought that given the opportunity to live in a society without a state, everyone would be absolute animals. There would be absolute anarchy. Not anarchy. Yeah, anarchy. That means chaos, right? Thomas Hobbes' view on human nature was pretty sad. In the society that Thomas Hobbes describes, everyone is killing each other. But everyone's stealing from each other, no one respects each other's rights. It's an absolute mess. There's no regard for human life. Hobbes needs to lighten up. That is Thomas Hobbes' view on the natural state, or the state of nature. Locke's view of the natural state is one where people are relatively peaceful, not that there's no conflict at all, but we generally know what we're doing. Anyway, natural law. Natural law is the idea that Locke really believed in, and that is that there's a sort of law that transcends the state, that there's a law that's more important than doing whatever these guys say. Well, then what do we have a society for if we don't need it in the first place? I'm glad you asked that, good sir. The point of the society is just to make things clear. All too often people get into arguments like, I was not speeding. Yes, you were. Both of them think they're right. What do? Really, in the natural society, there's no way to fix that. However, with the state in mind, with laws established, a certain clarity is created. Hobbes said that this natural law thing didn't exist at all. All men needed to be taught what law was. Every man needed to be taught not to kill, not to steal, not to cheat on your wife with as many people as possible. Anyway, property! Locke's view on property is that someone has property when they put their labor or work into it, which makes all the sense in the world, actually. I mean, I put my hard-earned labor into buying this iPhone right here, and according to Hobbes, I may or may not be able to have this thing. It all depends on what your king says. As far as government goes, Hobbes really thought that if you had a king who told you to do this, to do that, you really had to do it. And as long as he didn't encroach on your property or on your possessions or the protection of yourself, your actual rights, you just kind of had to suffer it, okay? You just kind of had to do whatever he said, even if it was horrible. Locke said you had certain rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. No, wait, what was it? Possession, that's the one. This is the basis for the contract theories that the two of them put together. You see, on the one hand, you had Locke, who believed that the king was contractually obligated to the people to rule justly and fairly. However, Hobbes thought that the king could rule however he wanted, and the people had to do whatever he said, sort of as a sacrifice, an obedience, just for the better of the community. The absence of property in Hobbes' philosophies is really what makes people think they might be a little bit communist. Just a little bit. More socialist than communist, I would say. It's better, actually, if you don't have any possessions in Hobbes' view, because then you don't have anything to fight over. Gah. In the end, I'd probably go with Locke, because he would let me keep my phone. Really, guys, that's all I really had to say in the past 4 minutes. My name is Will Johnson, and you've been schooled.